Okay, so looking at it as though you were Zeus looking down from heaven. Here's a defender and here's a blocker. Okay, and again this stalemate here. Okay, and this doesn't very much occur. Sometimes I mean I played with guys that were so physically dominant that it didn't matter what they ran into, they were going to knock it back. But what we want to do is add force, another force, in addition to this force, to add an angular momentum to this defender. Okay, and this would be a diagram of a double team. Here's a stalemate. Okay, there's a four-legged animal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here comes the hammer helper. Okay, and he is working in translation. Hopefully, he's pointed this way and moving that way. Okay, and he's going to try and hit. Now he's going to try and hit the center of gravity. And we tell the kids the center of gravity is the hips. Okay, that's that little BMW thing. It's supposed to be a propeller, but it's also if you know anything about airplanes, that's a sign for the center of gravity. If he can stretch his arms, snap his elbows, and hammer this guy in the center of gravity, he'll move him. He'll move his whole body. And if this guy feels that and starts tearing him, and that's how we started with the hay bale, okay? It's a pretty good thing. But in any event, hay bale or hammer, either or, okay? You want to translate to here, stretch, knock this guy at an angle. It'd be ideal if you could do it this way, but you can't, okay? I mean, there's instances where you could, but we want to stay with with our shoulders square so that we can still block a linebacker. Okay, like to keep an open leg here to get to that guy. Okay, or if a different type of double team. Well, I'm not going to talk about a different type of double team. Okay, that's just hammering. Okay, and what it is getting access to the center of gravity. Okay, now going to what we've started talking about, the slide step. Again, if we lined up dead opposite each other, just like this, and slid over and braced here, and then rewound and came back, we're coming back at an angle. And if we can lower that shoulder, okay, so that he can't get his hands on our handles, we can set this guy up very nicely for one of these shots. Okay, we can definitely set him up for the hammer. Okay, and what we want to do is keep that leg open and this arm free. So we might have to step. You might be stepping like you're fencing. You know, keeping this leg forward and this leg forward and this leg back, so that the hips are open, a free hand, so that we can control our gap. And we don't have to move this guy at all. We don't have to move him at all. We have to stalemate him. We have to become the Rock, okay? The Rock. Because the next guy is going to come and move him pretty good, okay? And that's a different type of double team. We say to this guy, you've got access to cover him. Get your head in front. He's coming back at an angle. He's setting him up nicely. You're going to blow him up, and the two of you are going to just drag him in this direction. Okay, so the slide step creates angles, and we use it. We would use it against yellow light. Okay, more than anything. Okay, again, we keep an open leg, we leave access, and we protect our own handles. Okay, now that's 5 parts of being the bear, and being the bear means using all 3 methods of force: push, pull, and torque, and especially using our hands to apply pull and torque. Okay, we never want to go into a prize fight with only one punch. You know, going all the way back to the goat. The goat can only headbutt or shoulder block. Okay, we want to be able to use all 3 methods of force. We want to be the bear.